Your castle will be the strongest yet seen in the kingdom.
I'm glad to hear it.
It is laid out in defensive rings. The outer curtain wall will measure 300 feet on each of its sides and will be defended by towers and gatehouses. If by any chance, an extremely unlikely one, the attackers succeed in penetrating this area, they will be thwarted by the inner curtain wall, 12 feet thick and 35 feet high, with 50-foot high towers. An intruder would virtually have to fly to get in.
That should hold against Prince David and his Welsh rebels.
In the center of the inner ward, we have the living quarters for yourself and Lady Catherine, your children and servants.
My wife is a particular sort of woman. She will not relish living in this godforsaken outpost. See that you make her quarters as pleasing as possible.
You may have my assurance of that, my lord. Over here will be the barracks for the soldiers, here the great hall and kitchen and storerooms, and here in the safest part of the castle will be the well.
The castle is only as safe as its water supply.
And the town, it will be a simple grid of streets and blocks to be further divided into lots.
Very good. But the town defenses?
The 3 entrances in the town wall will be fortified with double-towered gatehouses, which should prove quite effective.
Most impressive. But how fast can the project be built?
You understand, sir, that the windows near the bottom of the walls and towers must be small enough so that an enemy soldier cannot climb through. All the windows will be protected by iron grills and can be closed off by wooden shutters on the inside. In your living quarters, your gracious Lady Catherine will be pleased to note that each window will be fitted with glass. Of course, the tops of the walls will be crenelated with embrasures and merlons. Each merlon will be capped by 3 fearsome-looking finials. I have provided for arrow loops in the merlons for your archers. With a wedge-shaped recess cut out of the stone, the archer may aim anywhere across his field of vision without exposing himself to the attack.
There are 3 rooms in every tower. The lowest one, the basement level, is for storage. In the unlikely event the walls are breached during a siege, each tower may have to defend itself, and so must have its own supplies. The upper rooms will be used for living and working space.
And this must be your dungeon over here.
And it was not finished one day too soon. Just as the trapdoor was set in the basement floor, my soldiers caught a man stealing lead from Master James's storeroom.
I'll warrant your first guest resolved not to pay the dungeon a return visit.
The gatehouses are the last major construction for both castle and town defense.
Do please watch your footing, my lords. The stairs are not as yet evened. Since the gatehouses are most vulnerable, I had to design them with great care. First, a heavy timber portcullis can be lowered to block the entrance. And beyond that, a set of wooden doors which cannot be opened when the drawbar is slid into place. Arrow loops in the towers allow the archers to rake and pepper the area. And then, of course, there are murder holes cut into the ceiling, through which soldiers above can attack any intruders in the passageway. But that would imply that they could even reach this point. Rather difficult, because the gatehouse defenses begin with the drawbridge. The inner end is weighted, and when supports underneath are removed, that end swings down into a pit, lifting the other end high above the moat.
Most efficient.
And now, my lords, the inner ward, the very heart of the castle.